Okay, my friends, I'm back here with another income report at Income Grinders. My name is Johan, and let's get started. I'm going to see if I can find... Oh, I really need to shave as well. I see the slides for this report. And so it's time for August 2022 income report and some updates about my side hustle adventures. So just a reminder, I used to call myself Eric, which is my middle name and or second name, but I just redirected it to Johan, which is my actual first name. So the current web portfolio, I've been iterating this for quite some time now, but you can pause the video and take a look yourself. So it's basically currently divided into one part of Swedish, mainly programmatic SEO websites, some affiliate websites, review sites. And then in June this year, I started my so-called Project Genesis, where I'm going to try to launch a couple of English, more global US targeted websites. And here are some details about those newly started websites. Maybe I should do like this. No, like this instead. So you can see it all. 8 websites were launched during June or late May. And that's what I'm working on mainly when I have some free time. And currently, this is the latest snapshot of the traffic coming into these 8 websites in StatCounter. So I have one completely fresh pet domain or website and one aged domain. I'm building a different pet niche on that one. And also have in site number 3 a completely fresh domain where I'm building a travel website in a sub-niche of the very broad topic of travel and tourism. And on site number 4, I have paid the reg fee for an expired domain within the finance sort of area, finance niche. I've only put up one article there so far, and I'm just going to let it sit and age and see if it's able to pick that up, and maybe I'll add some articles later on. It has a really nice domain name, so I'm hoping that will catch on so I can build something nice out of that. And site number 5 is one of the sites that actually is picking up some traffic at the moment. It's a simple FAQ site built on an expired domain, purchased for just the reg fee, around $15-20. So that is one of the sites I'll probably focus on for some time and just keep adding articles and see if those as well are picking up. I think I have about 10 articles on there at the moment. And site number 6 is just a totally fresh domain I purchased to do some experiments later on. So I'm just publishing one post and letting it sit and age in Google to hopefully be able to add more content and maybe sometime next year. But I wanted to sit out and sort of bypass the sandbox if there is any such thing. Site number 7 is my most expensive purchase. It's a premium age domain with lots of inbound links from very nice websites. So that one is within IT tech / Windows operating system. So that's one I'm hoping to be able to really build into something big later on. So far I put on all the old articles using a tool called Archivarix, where you can sort of extract all the contents that were available on archive.org and sort of republish that. And but currently nothing is coming in organically, so all the traffic you can see here is actually coming in through existing backlinks. And the last site, English website, is also a premium age domain, which I purchased on GoDaddy. And so far I've published about 4 or 5 or 6 listicles, like top this and top that posts. And this one is seeming to picking up fairly good as well. So I'm going to focus probably on site number 8 and site number 5 in terms of publishing as much as content as I can moving along. So this is a snapshot of the analytics. I have one all sites analytics code, which I put on all of my projects in Project Genesis, so I can keep track of all the traffic in one Google Analytics account. So in June, there were basically no traffic. In July, it's starting to pick up. So we had in July 1,300 users, and in August we have been seeing some small increase, but the small increase is due to the fact that I haven't added any contents basically since mid-July on those websites. So a breakdown of the revenue for August. We can see that the total revenue for August in terms of income is $13,247, and that is coming like always mainly from display ads from Google AdSense. I actually don't have any SEO up and running anymore due to that my Google Ad Manager account is broken, and about $1,000 almost in affiliate website income, and that is still in decline due to the fact that it's in Swedish websites, and the competition is really increasing in the search around building this kind of websites. And besides that, I have about $170 coming in from other revenue sources related to these website projects. So the actual cost for running this side business is currently around $44 per day, and we can get into what that is including in terms of various posts, and that brings us into a total monthly cost, operational cost of $1,364. So total profits before taxes for my company is $11,883, and we have about 20% corporate taxes in Sweden. So after the tax has been deducted, I'm left with about $9,500 inside of my company, which I can pay out in dividends or invest in stocks or whatever I feel like. So I have this term called wife status, which is a metric indicating how far along I am on the journey to replace my 9-to-5 job with side hustle income. So it stands for work independent, financially empowered. So after last month, I were at about 94.5% close to getting there, meaning that based on 12 months historical revenue. But after this August, I'm down to 91.62% wife. So it's a downward spiral at the moment when it comes to reaching my freedom point, which is probably due to decreased revenue from display ads and some traffic going down on my affiliate purchase guides. Now, if you take a look at what's been going on in August, I was back from vacation, meaning I'm back at full-time day job. So it's, as always, very little time left for this online side business. I'm a bit active on Twitter, reading and commenting stuff. And I also actually managed to squeeze in an interview with Mars from Niche Website Builders. So if you haven't seen that interview, please go ahead and do so. I will leave a link in the description below. And I also launched a new Google AdSense account, which is connected to my other LLC, my consulting LLC, which I'm sort of consulting on my daytime and bringing in revenue separate from my sort of hobby LLC, which is sort of getting the revenue from my different websites. So that's been done in August, which is really nice. Then I can start compounding income in my consulting LLC as well. And at some point in time, I will sort of redirect all the income from my hobby LLC into my consulting LLC for various tax technical reasons. So Genesis and Valhalla projects will direct revenue into the consulting LLC at some point, as I said. Other than that, I will just continue creating and publishing and repeating that cycle, mainly on those new sites connected to my consulting LLC, because I want to increase my revenue as soon as possible coming into that box. So I won't go through all the details of all the sites. I just keep this here for my own sake, but I'll just sort of browse through them. So if anybody is interested, you can pause and take a look about those metrics. That sort of the changes. I keep track of the changes in here. Not much to talk about. I want to keep this report fairly brief for those who have better things to do. So yeah, for some reason I have named my different collections of projects as Valhalla and Genesis. But now when I started to also include in building new Swedish websites, I thought that keeping Genesis only within English websites is not working anymore. So I need to consider, because the naming part is really important, to have good names for all your projects. I will sort that out in September, I guess. And during September, I will be back, as I said previously, doing 9 to 5 work. Keep on writing and publishing articles on my various projects. And the idea right now is to focus on increasing the revenue rather than building the perfect websites, due to, as you know, in Europe we have this energy crisis, and inflation is making the sort of cost of living much higher. So that's why I'm focusing on increasing my revenue into my consulting LLC, because that is why I'm picking out my salary from. So I might need to increase my salary from this business coming up. So hopefully I can get some help from my side hustle projects to increase the possibility to increase my salary. So that's it for August. If you have any comments or questions, leave a comment in the comment on the video, of course. So that's it. I hope you guys had a great August and is doing good in September. That's all for now. Bye bye.